5 fingers x Martingale beta variant. 1. This is a method that involves a betting layout at the roulette table chart and adjusting your wager. 2. Half dozen columns are: first half dozen column, numbers 1 to 6, second half dozen column, numbers 4 to 9, third half dozen column, numbers 7 to 12, fourth half dozen column, numbers 10 to 15, fifth half dozen column, numbers 13 to 18, sixth half dozen column, numbers 16 to 21, seventh half dozen column, numbers 19 to 24. Eighth half dozen column, numbers 22 to 27, ninth half dozen column, numbers 25 to 30, 10th half dozen column, numbers 28 to 33, 11th half dozen column, numbers 31 to 36. 3. By betting 5 half dozen columns covering 30 numbers, the winning percentage is 30/37, 81%, and return is 0.2 times of wager 6/30, 20%. Under same wager amount, you need to win 5 turns to cover 1 turn of losing. For example, if you bet 10 on the first half dozen column, 10 on the third half dozen column, 10 on the fifth half dozen column, 10 on the seventh half dozen column, 10 on the ninth half dozen column and lose, you will need to win 5 turns to obtain 50, i.e. your lost wager. 4. This is a higher winning percentage and lower return bet. 5. There are 3 levels of wager. First level is the base wager, second level is 10 times the base wager, third level is 110 times the base wager. For illustration, if your first level is 10 on each of the 5 half dozen columns covering 30 numbers, i.e. base wager, then your second level will be 100 on each of the 5 half dozen columns covering 30 numbers, i.e. 10 times the base wager. Third level will be 1,100 on each of the 5 half dozen columns covering 30 numbers, i.e. 110 times the base wager. 6. If you lose, just continue with the current level of wager you are at. Only after your capital reduced by 2 times or more the wager of your current level, you then proceed to use the next level wager amount for the next bet. For example, if you bet 10 on each of the 5 half dozen columns covering 30 numbers, i.e. first level, and capital reduced 100 or more, i.e. 2 times or more the wager of your current level, then your wager will be 100 on each of the 5 half dozen columns covering 30 numbers, i.e. second level, for the next bet. If you bet 100 on each of the 5 half dozen columns covering 30 numbers and capital reduced a further 1,000 or more, i.e. 2 times or more the wager of your current level, then your wager will be 1,100 on each of the 2 columns, i.e. third level, for the next bet. If you win 1 turn, just continue betting with the current level of wager until you recover your previous losses. After that, please return to first level wager if you wish to continue betting. 7. You can only use 3 levels of wager. Please stop if your capital reduced a further 2 times or more the wager of the third level. 8. Know the maximum bet limit before using this method and make sure it is possible to execute the third level wager. 9. You do not have to make the same bet every time. To put in perspective, you do not have to keep betting the same 5 half dozen columns covering 30 numbers until you get a hit. 10. You do not have to bet immediately after the earlier bet, you can stop for a few turns before placing your next wager.
Start demo. Thanks for watching.